everyone and welcome to a brand new video. So I'm really excited for this one because it is a build for the Apocalypse collab. So to give you a bit of information on this collab is hosted by the amazing Eryn with a Y. And to kind of go back in time, so when I first started on like the Simpstagram and doing stuff, essentially I used to do so many collabs back in the day with Eryn with a Y and another creator called Simply Tiara. And the collabs that Eryn with a Y does, she is amazing. She wrangles so many simmers together and creates these really insane ideas that, like, so for example, for the Apocalypse collab, there is 50 simmers. It will be a save file. It was released on Friday, so you can actually now go and download this and have it all into your game. But there was 50 simmers that took place. So imagine trying to organise 50 people all to build for a particular date at the same time. Well, Eryn does this all like for so many collabs and does it amazingly. Nearly like every collab I've been with Eryn, like they've always ran so amazingly and I love being a part of them. So if you are a simmer that's interested in doing collabs, go and follow Eryn. She's amazing. She's one of the most friendliest simmers you'll find in the community, so go and have a look. But essentially, to give you a bit of background, this save file is going to be for a few different worlds. So the worlds that we're building in are Strangerville, Del Sol Valley, Copperdale, Selva Dorada, Chestnut Ridge and Evergreen Harbour. So the world that I am currently building in is Chestnut Ridge. So the theme that basically I had was zombie apocalypse, horse ranchy, and when I got given the world that I was building in, I started coming up with ideas and I was like, I don't know, the first thing that I knew, I didn't want to do like a build, if that makes any sense at all. Like I didn't want to do like 4 walls and a roof. I wanted to create something that was, to be honest, what my original idea was for the whole lot to be in a woods and it was like a campsite. That then kind of developed into this, where it's like basically like an apocalypse hideout. And where this idea very much came from was, have you ever watched The Walking Dead? So the first season when the apocalypse breaks out and they're like, yeah, but we're all going to hide together, and all these random people end up together and they basically don't actually get on with each other, but they're all like in the mountain somewhere and kind of camping out, trying to do their own things. So that was my idea. To give you a bit of storytelling, should we say. So this lot was in Chestnut Ridge and it was owned by an old man who is still there, and he had a few horses, and you'll notice that there's not horses in my screenshots. And the reason for that, this is too dark. I think this is too dark. So basically when, it started things getting bad, like meat was back on the menu, boys. Oh no. I can't even say that. That's so horrible because I love animals and horses. Anyway, bad dark humour. Sorry. And anyway, but yeah, no, there's no horses on mine. But what the build originally is, so you see that plot on like the housey plot, not the caravan one, the other one. That was the old man's house, and he had a little fence, which I'm currently building now, and that hosted his horses. He basically decided that he didn't really like civilization, so what he did with this build was he wanted it to be as like self-functioning, you know what I'm trying to say, like functions on its own without civilization as much as possible, because humans just suck. So that's what he basically decided. So he tried to like use a lot of things such as water fillers, solar panels, to try and make it like just so he didn't go and have to speak to people. But then a massive virus thing basically took over and zombies appeared. I don't really know too much about what came out. Maybe something came from a weird lab in Strangerville and it just spread across the whole place. Who knows? But anyway, so zombies started taking over, and as zombies started taking over, people came to this and they found this little lodge and realised, right, so it's got a load of fences, it's got a lot of things like water, it's got generators. I need to get in here. So a woman and 2 children first arrived. They weren't her children, she found them along the way. He let them in, didn't really want them to be in, but you know, he couldn't just let it. Then a man and his sister turned up. The sister is like 8 months pregnant. So again, he was like, well, if I've let kids in, like obviously I'm gonna have to let her in. No idea what's gonna happen when this baby comes. But then another man turned up, and he is very much like guns and had his own dog, and to be honest, basic hunter. So he was like, actually having someone like him was a very good idea. So what then has happened is they're now all living in this place waiting for, you know, hopefully they can stay here as long as possible and not get a horde, and it should be a good place. But we will see. If you go to the screenshots, I don't think they'll be here for very long. So spoiler, not spoiler, if you don't want to watch this video because you're sick of already hearing my voice, then if you scroll to the end, there's a few screenshots of my storytelling of a potential horde who have attacked the Sims who live here. So feel free to go skip to the end and go and have a look at the images, because yeah, I'm not the most entertaining voice noter ever, but voiceover, you know what I'm trying to say. So at the moment, as you can see in the build, essentially, do you know what? I found this build not difficult to make at all. Like, it was very easy, but because I didn't know exactly what I was building, I spent a lot of time scrolling and trying to find things. So I'm going to tell you a few things. And Eryn, if you're listening to this, I need to make a public apology. So as I was doing this voiceover and I was creating my introduction to give the explanation to the viewers on what the collab was about, I saw that there was a rule of, so basically what Eryn does, to give a bit of background, is when she does the collabs, she does, you know, like some of them you can't use all of the packs. So for this one, for example, there were a few packs that you weren't allowed to use. And I have been incredibly naughty, and I only realised after doing this voiceover that Adventure Awaits was not supposed to be used. Eryn, I can't believe you didn't tell me. Oh, I can't believe that you did not tell me that. I would have gone back and I would have corrected it. I'm so sorry. So there are a few things in here from Adventure Awaits, which, yeah, rookie error. Sorry guys. Shouldn't be in there, but I did use that a lot for the fencing, to be honest. Like, there's a couple of other bits like decorative pieces, but yeah, that they're not supposed to be there. And I only found that out when I was doing the voiceover, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I can't believe I've messed up that bad, because normally I'm really good with rules like that. I follow them, I make sure I'm like, everything is by the T, because obviously I don't want to let down my fellow simmers, but I have let down the team. But the other things to kind of make you aware, so when I was doing my screenshots, I thought, you know what, let's do a bit of player testing. I don't generally do building or player testing, although I am thinking of doing a few more builds in the near future. So if you did enjoy watching me do a build, let me know in the comments, because I'd be really, really happy to, you know, create a build or, you know, do something along those lines. Because I have so many ideas of things that I would like to actually make in the game. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. It'd be really good. But anyway, while I was player testing, I'll give you a couple of top tips if you do decide to download this build, because you will be able to. You'll be able to download this, you'll be able to have it in your game. Is essentially a few things didn't work very well. So I'll give you the top tips, so when you download it, you can put these things straight into the game and make it as easy as possible, especially if you want to do like the whole zombie apocalypse storyline. So first thing is I use tents for the Sims to sleep in. The first one is a go outdoors one, which is a functional tent. However, where I've placed the chairs, the Sims can't actually get into it. The other tent that I placed is from Get Famous, and that's actually a prop. It is not a functional tent, which is really annoying, because if it was functional, it'd be perfect, because I really like the look of that tent and the vibe that it's trying to give off. Like, it is like that cowboy in the middle of the woods kind of vibe. But you can't use that. So again, it's very much for aesthetic. So that was a little bit frustrating. So then what I ended up doing when I was doing my gameplay was I actually got a couple of sleeping bags and I put them in like the little horse pen, and all the Sims just kept sleeping in there. The other thing that came up as a bit of an issue for me was flies. So, excuse me, when did we get flies in the game? So if you've been watching my channel, you'll know I don't generally play The Sims. I create builds, I create a lot of CAS, and I create a lot of characters. I don't play the game. So like, when I play, a load of surprise things come up and I'm like, when on earth did this happen? So yeah, there are flies in the game. Apparently that's the thing. And they kept upsetting my Sims. They end up in my crops as well. And yeah, they are disgusting. It made me itch as well. Like in the toilets, there was like loads of flies and I could see them as well. I think before, like there has been a notification for flies, but I've never actually seen them buzzing around. Honestly, it made me like go, well, and I'm not even like that bad with creepy crawlies. Like I'm actually pretty cool with that, but I don't know. There's something about it that was just gross. Another thing that was really helpful in gameplay was actually having like the fairy game pack because of the foraging and stuff and being able to sleep on the floor. I'm not sure if you still get that even if you don't have the fairy pack, but being able to get them to sleep on the floor, that was pretty useful. And also being able to wash in the toilet because there isn't a bath. So maybe you could like get one of like the weird like either island living baths, or you know, you could probably do something like that and put it in the corner somewhere. Like don't get me wrong, like I think looking back at this build, I could have done a few things differently and it could have been a bit more functional and a bit better. But overall, I'm happy with the build. I'm so happy with the screenshots. I hope you do like the screenshots as well. So the other thing that, again, a bit of a rookie error, was I put down the cool packs from Go Outdoors, like the little mini, like they're not even really fridges, they are just a cool pack. And you can only get yogurt and I think cereal from it, which I'll be honest, I thought that there was going to be a lot more. So there is a stove as well. So I was thinking, oh, they could use the packs and be able to go in there and get, you know, some barbecue food and do barbecues, but it's just not worked out like that at all. So what I again would recommend is maybe getting a barbecue in there and one of the mini fridges, like the ones from, what do you call it, like Discover University or something, because at the moment the food is pretty limiting, like yogurt and thingy. So you can already imagine when I've been doing my screenshots, I have been working with the grumpiest Simmers. I thought they were all going to die before I even finished my screenshot. So yeah, it was an interesting time to be doing screenshots with these Sims. They were not happy at all. So as you can see at the moment, we're now kind of going around the back of the build, and the one thing again which I think I would have changed is including a few more activities. But one of the things I did think would be a good activity, especially for an apocalypse build, is them being able to fight. So around the back, what I end up putting is a boxing thing and archery, because I'm like, well, if there's a horde, like they obviously need to be able to be strong, be able to use do archery, like surely that makes complete sense to be able to do. So yeah, I've put that behind there. Things that I think I should have added was maybe like a woodworking station, or a I don't know, like, you know, do you know what I mean? Like just a few like activities that could be useful around the place. But the one thing that I was finding was I was trying to make it like rustic and barely anything there, but then also like thinking about gameplay. I didn't really think too much about gameplay, but now I'm like, yeah, maybe even added a chessboard or something, because I can imagine being on this little plot whilst there's an apocalypse taking place could be pretty boring. Oh, another thing as well I found out during this build or during this whole collab, I cannot spell apocalypse. I can't spell it. Like I'm alright at spelling actually. Like I'm not someone who's, you know, bad. I'm pretty average at my English and all of that jazz. But nope, can't spell it. I couldn't even tell you how it's spelled. Even the title of this video that I'm currently recording is 100% spelled wrong. And it's just one of those words that I didn't know that I couldn't spell until I was a part of this, and I've been trying to type hashtags on Instagram and I'm like, how the hell do I spell this word? So yeah, to be honest, well, I've been a little bit quiet on this collab, just because I've had a load of stuff going on personally and, you know, busy in the real world, but it's such a fun thing to be a part of because you do get to meet like a lot of other gamers who, you know, they just like the same thing as you. They like playing The Sims, and it's, you know, it's really fun and it's a good community to be part of. One thing I would highly recommend is if you're on Instagram, go and search Apocalypse Collab and go through the hashtags and have a look at everyone's creations, because honestly, some of the creations, not even some of them, all of the creations in this are so good. I'd say, do you know what, mine's okay. Mine's like, meh, it's fine. It did the purpose I wanted it to, and I got cool screenshots, which is what I love doing. But the build itself is like not, yeah, it's not like fabulosa. But there are a few builds that you need to go and have a look at. I'm trying to think of like a couple of like names on like the top of my head but like there's these ones which have used, what do you call it when it's like punk, star punk, nope, I was gonna say daft punk, what is it called, punk, storm punk, wind punk. Why can't I remember that word? Oh, you can hear me playing my like Instagram in the background. Sorry guys. Let me turn down my sound while I get what I'm trying to say up. Okay, so this build in particular, the one that I'm thinking about, is by My Symphony or My Simsphony, and their build is like nope, the word is not coming to me. Please, if you know what I'm trying to say, help a girl out and put it down below what on earth I'm trying to say. Something punk. What on earth is it? Oh, it's so irritating. Like, it's one of those words that I know all the time. And steampunk. There we go. Steampunk. Airpunk. What on earth was I saying? Like, what? Airpunk. Anyway, steampunk. So they did like a whole steampunk build, and it's just insane. Like, it's absolutely incredible. So like, I would highly go and recommend watch that. There's another one, and again, I'm really sorry guys if you're part of this collab and you're currently watching this and I completely ruin how to say your names, but there's another one by Gamer Sims where they did like a whole, their build is based in Selva Dorada, and they've done like a whole like storyline where it's got this like creepy voice and it's telling you the ancient history about what happened in the apocalypse. It's just, honestly, it's beautiful. Like, and the builds and like the ideas that have gone in like behind them are just like incredible. Some of the simmers have also created actual zombies as well. So my zombies that are in my screenshots, yes, I cheated a UCC, ignore. As we can see, I haven't followed the rules at all. I'm sorry, Eryn, once again, I'm sorry. But so my sims aren't actually included in the save file, but other simmers did actually include their sims in the save file. So for example, you've got Christabelli's Sim Innovations, who have created like zombies which look insane. Honestly, you need to go and have a look at the hashtag and just go run through the builds, because some of the builds are just like mind blown. Like, as you will know if you've been following my channel, I am not I'm not a builder. Like, I want to get better at building, but it's not like my first area, should we say. Like, I wouldn't, you know, I am a CAS person. I always have been, to be honest, even since I was a little girl when I played The Sims. Like, I always just wanted to create new families, think of like quirky relationships between the families. I did used to create a lot of houses. I've always created a lot of houses, but again, like, it's definitely not my niche as such. But I would love to get better. So another thing I guess to mention is when I'm building, I do use a few mods. So for example, I've got Better Build By on, but I only use that to really like rearrange all of the debug, but I was having issues in this. Like, I don't know what on earth was going on. Like, so I think an update happened when I was building it and it just completely ruined my mod, and then none of the debug items were coming up. So like, I know a few particular items that are in the debug place. So like, I'll go there, search there, and if they're not there, I know it's not turned on properly. I had this constantly throughout building this, and I was just like, why is it not working? Like, I turned the game on and off, I like reset it, and it was like, I just had like it was fencing, I just couldn't get fencing to like properly come up, and it was just driving me absolutely stark bonker naked. No, not naked, you know what I'm saying, stark bonkered mad. That, yeah, whatever. I think I've just got that whole phrase completely wrong, and I think it is stark naked, and I think I was going to say it's just driving me bonkers. It drove me crazy. It drove me mad. But yeah, so that's, I only use that mod. I do have Tool also downloaded, but I don't particularly know how to use it very well. I can make things go up and down. I can tilt things. But then when you see other simmers like Jessica by YT, I'm like, I am so basic. I don't know how to use this at all. So again, I wouldn't mind building more and doing more build videos just to get better at it, and maybe like learn with an audience, like learn with you guys watching me, like absolutely failing. Because I think I've used it once and moved windows, and it took me nearly 2 hours to do it. So then the thought of doing that again, I'm like, absolutely not. I love The Sims, but I'm not going to spend 2 hours like moving a window. It's just like, no. Nope. But, and then there's like other simmers, like I think it's K Emerald. They're massive on Instagram, and like some of the stuff that they do with Tool, and I'm just like, the thing is, like, I guess if you do like sit and learn how to use it, then it's like, it's fine. Just as we're on the entrance now, I'm just having a bit of a think, and there was another issue I had, so you'll see it in a few moments, but essentially what I done is I included, what did I include? It was like something that goes in front of the door, which looks like wooden blocks, like barriers, and it's just to kind of make it so like, yes, zombies aren't coming in, more of a visual effect than anything else. Because I thought like leaving it wide open like that is so bait, like zombies are going to come straight in that. So yeah, I blocked it all up, but then essentially Sims couldn't get in or out, so that was a bit annoying. So then what I did was I put another gate on the other side of the pen, so like on the horse bit, another, yeah, gates on both sides, and they could walk through. My thought process was that zombies are really dumb and they're not going to be able to get through. But let's be real, guys, like if we're looking at this build, zombies are 100% getting in there, aren't they? Like, my Sims are dead. Like, this is not a safe place to be. Like, if I was in The Sims and an apocalypse happened, you would not see me in my own build. I would not be there. I might be in the steampunk build because that thing looks like it can fly. I would not be here. This is, this ain't safe. So yeah. But so yeah, I mean, again, as I say, like a lot of my build was to do with visuals, but like it really isn't like a thought through piece if you're actually thinking of how to be safe in an apocalypse, which, yeah, does that ruin the point of the build? I don't know. I think in a moment we're going to go through and we're going to like place some like lighting and stuff like that, so like, yeah, getting camp lights everywhere. And again, another thing that I didn't really include, and it kind of messed me up when I was doing screenshots, was there wasn't any lighting by the front doors. So all of like the screenshots I was trying to do was actually ended up being difficult, so I had to add like additional lights. Also, I don't think I mentioned at the beginning, but yeah, that little building there, I didn't build it, is part of debug, which, how cool is that? Like, how nice is that little, like, so like well built and looks really good for a piece of debug. But yeah, I didn't build it, I just included it, the same as the caravan. I didn't build it, so maybe I cheated in this build. Maybe, no, all I've done is just place a few objects tactically. Like, this isn't true building. So let me know what your thoughts are on this build, and would you stay in here if there was a zombie apocalypse? Yeah, not sure, but I would be interested to hear your thoughts on it. So at the moment we're just like sorting out some lighting because, yeah, it was a little bit dark and stuff, and I thought, and my kind of thought process again for this bit was the old man that used to live here already had these lights installed, really. So like, you know, these are like wired up to his generator, and you know, they were there, and to to be honest, like most of the stuff that was here, apart from like, let's say apart from the caravan and the tents, everything else was kind of there, so like the toilets and whatnot. So, you know, he set up nearly everything, and most of the stuff was already there apart from, yeah, caravan and tents. I just said that, but you know what, like, so we are going to be shortly coming up to the end of the video. I think I have got a couple more minutes left before it like completely ends. Do you know what, one thing as well that I have found out during this is I am really bad at filming builds. Like my camera is swinging all over the place. So I am, before this video ends, I am going to apologise for the swinging around and if it's made you feel sick. Because yeah, I'm still getting used to like how is the best way to like build and film. I assume that comes with like filming more of them like over time. Because yeah, I'm pretty sure when I watch builders, like it is not swinging like all over the place. Like even me watching this right now, I'm like, blimey, what on earth was I doing? Yeah, as I say, it's a work in progress, my builds, but I hope you have enjoyed the video. Please go and have a look at the Apocalypse collab. Go and look at the amazing builders and creators that took part in it. Again, yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, write a comment, let me know your thoughts on it. And yeah, would you say in this Apocalypse build? And if you've got to the end, I hope you enjoy the screenshots. And have a nice day, evening, wherever you are, guys. And I'll hopefully catch up with you all soon. See you later.